Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment.
Hello, my name is Kofi, also known as Old Kof or Teacher Kofi. Welcome to Piano Time. In this video, we'll consider what is termed extended chords or chord extensions. Sometimes you hear certain kinds of music and you wonder the types of chords they applied or used. It goes beyond just the ordinary 1, 4, or 5 chords, and so stay tuned as I walk you through. Now, back to C. Let's consider using the left hand for the purposes of the camera. Good. In order for you to fully understand extended chords or chord extensions, you need to first and foremost understand the various intervals that exist. Please fetch the video on that and refresh yourself. But let me quickly walk you through that. So from C as 1. And then we go to what? Minor 2 or minor second. To major second. To minor third. To major third. Perfect fourth. Added fourth. Perfect fifth. You realize that I'm not skipping any note. We are using the chromatic approach. Good. Added fifth. And then sixth. And then dominant seventh. Then we have the major seventh. And then this is the octave. Now, from this point and beyond, there are change of names. Good. So from this point, we go to this particular key, which is known as flatted ninth. Flatted ninth. Flatted ninth. And then we have the ninth itself. Then we have added ninth. Now, the reason why we are using added ninth is because we have a third here. And so if you have both minor third and then major third, one will have to assume a particular name. We can't have this. That is what I'm trying to say. You cannot have both minor third and then major third playing at the same time. So since we've already played a major third here, this minor third now becomes a sharp 9 or added 9. Good. So that is one particular exception to the rule. Now when it turns, it also changes. We'll come to when it is a minor triad. Good. So, and then we come back to, we could have said that this is 10. This is 10 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is also a sharp 9. And then 10. But normally we maintain third, okay? Yes, we maintain the name third. Though technically we could say this is 10. And then we go to 11. Okay? So from here all the way, this is 11. Then we have sharp 11 or added 11. So the 4 now becomes what? 11. And then the sharp 4 becomes added 11th. And then we have the fifth, which is this, which is 12. Good, because we've gone beyond 1 octave. So this is the fifth, and then this is 12. But we also maintain the name fifth for most times, okay? But technically speaking, this is 12, okay? And then from this point, we have, you could say sharp 12. Yes, but it's the same as added fifth. Good. And then we have the 13th. So the 6th now becomes what? 13th. And then we still maintain we could have said 14 for this one. But we still maintain 7th or dominant 7th. And then major 7th is still maintained. We could have said 15 and then to 16. So let me quickly go through that. We have 1, flatted 2 or minor 2, major 2, minor 3, major 3, perfect fourth, added fourth, perfect fifth, added fifth, sixth, dominant 7th, major 7th, octave or 8, flatted 9th, 9, added 9 or sharp 9. This is 10 or 3. This is 11 or 4. This is sharp 4 or sharp 11 or added 11th. And then we have 12, which is 5th. Then we have sharp 12, or which is added 5th. And then 6th or 13th. And then we still maintain the dominant 7th, major 7th, back to octave. So basically, this is what is existent. Good. Now, let's quickly hold a major triad for C, which is this. And you realize that major triad is made up of, the C major triad is made up of C, E, and G. Another way you can think of that is to what? Play C and then stack thirds on top of them. So we stacked a major third, 1, 2, 3, 4, which is this. And then we stack a minor third on top of the E, 1, 2, 3. So this is what defines C triad, major triad. Now from this point, we can decide to add either a minor third or a major third. Now let's consider adding only major thirds. Good. So from this point, let's add major third, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is C major 7th. Yeah. And you realize that the sound is totally different, isn't it? Sounds so nice. You normally hear stuff like this in genres like R&B or jazz and some kind of contemporary music. Yeah. So this is what you hear. It's so soothing, nice, fantastic, good. Now from this point, we can also stack another major third, okay, on top of this B. Let's try that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. It's producing a totally different sound. So, as per the rule, well, let's name it first. So, this is C major 7th, sharp 9, or added 9th. So, this is the name given to it. C major 7th, sharp 9. So, you mention it this way. C major 7, then you add the sharp 9. Good. Now you realize that because we had both major third and minor third, you realize what I explained earlier. We can't have two thirds there. One will have to assume a particular name. So since we already have the major third down here, this now becomes an added 9th or sharp 9. So that explains it. Now let's stack another third on top of this particular one and see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which brings us back to the 5th note here, which is G. Okay, so there's no point in stacking another major third. It's not necessary. Well, you can do that. Maybe you just want to hear the sound much more heavier. But in theory-wise, it will be the same thing here. So there's no added name given to this. And even if you add another major third, 1, 2, 3, 4, it will come back to the major 7th chord. Good. So that explains if we are using only major major thirds on top of major triad. Good. Now let's consider stacking minor thirds on top of a major triad. So from C, let's stack a minor third here. 1, 2, 3. Which is this? So this chord is termed as C 7th or C dominant 7th. And realize that the sound is also totally different. You hear this kind of stuff in the gospel music a lot. And high life music from Ghana and Nigeria and some other places. Yeah, you hear this stuff. Good. Now, let's consider stacking another minor third on top of this. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3. Wow, this is another unique sound. So the name given to this particular one will be C 7th flatted 9th. The names are challenging, isn't it? Quite different. So what you need to do first is to mention C 7th and then you add a flatted 9th. Yeah, I hope you get it. C 7th flatted 9th. Good. Now let's consider stacking another third on top of this particular one. Obviously a minor third. And see what happens. You see, so we still have the third here. So there's no added advantage to this anymore. There's no point in adding another third. And if you add another third again, it will come back to this one. So this is what you can achieve with this particular stuff. Good. Now, from this point, let's consider building extensions either on a major 7th chord or a dominant 7th chord. Let's first start with a major 7th chord. And let's consider building minor thirds on top of a major 7th chord and see the outcome. Good. So a minor third will be 1, 2, 3. So this is what is termed as C major 9th. C major 9th. Now when you have a chord like this, you don't have to mention the 7th again. You just say C major 9th. Good. Let's add another third on top of this. 1, 2, 3. So this is C major 11th. C major 11th. So you don't have to say 9, 9 and 7 again. You just have to go straight and mention C major 11th. Now let's add one more third. 1, 2, 3. So this is what is termed as C major 11th flatted 13th or sharp 12. Yeah, so this is 13th or 6th. So what we need to do is to flatten it, okay? So when you flatten the 6th or 13th, it becomes flat 13. Now, it's the same as, we could say that it is sharp 12. Okay, sharp 12. So C major 11th flatted 13th. Now, if we add another third, minor third on top of it, we come back to the 7th, major 7th chord. So there's no point in adding another third on top of this. Good. Now, let's also consider playing a dominant 7th chord, which is this. Okay. And then adding a major third on top of this and see the outcome of that. So from this point, we go to this. So this is referred to as C 9th. C 9th. Once the 9th comes, we don't have to mention the 7th again. C 9th. Let's add a major third on top of this also. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is what is termed as C 9th sharp 11th. C 9th sharp 11th. Good. Let's add one more third on top of this and see the outcome. If you add one more major third, 1, 2, 3, 4, we go back to the 7th chord. So there's no point in you extending this further. Good. Now, you realize that there could be a whole lot of permutations with regards to chord extensions. But we'll save that for the next stage. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and also like. God bless you. Catch you next time. Enjoy.